Good morning. Um, there's a yesterday done a video and it's going around of the lack of acknowledgement on the major news papers of the BME population who make a large proportion of NHS workers, be it cleaners, doctors, surgeons. I know from top to bottom, and they were not acknowledged. And I'm emotional this morning because I've seen posts of the first British surgeon who has died of the COVID, who is Adil El Tayer, I think his name is. And I was moved to realize, hang on a minute, you know what? History is being written right in front of us. And as an educator, I'm irritated because I tutor children English and history, and all the time I have to Google and I have to show them the black version of what has been omitted out of the British history, out of the British literature, and it's amazing what happens, the war poems. There is no acknowledgement of the minority soldiers and what they did. I remember reading how I think it's the First World War, how Ghana sent a plane to the UK. Nothing will be written to acknowledge the hard work of our people. And I mean, when you think about even the Windrush generation, their treatment, and we're seeing it right now. I didn't want to racialize the struggle that we're dealing with because it's painful. We're all in this together. We're all isolating. I'm isolating. I know surgeons to cleaners and anybody who would be able to help me because I'm isolating for a great longer time than most people because of one of my children who has underlying medical condition. But I can't call anybody, because the people that I know are working at the forefront of the NHS and I don't want to bother them. I'm even afraid to call them because I know of the horror stories. But moreover, I know of the discriminations that they deal with on a daily basis. When they're being told, don't touch me, when they're being spat on, when people are saying they don't understand their English. I have a neighbor who used to say that, and that is painful. And so today I am acknowledging, starting from Mary Seacole, who is omitted out of the history book. We hear about Florence Nightingale, but you have to speak to the students who are actually currently doing GCSE to know if they've been taught about Mary Seacole. And it's painful. This is why you have poets like John Argard who wrote Checking Out My History, and I absolutely love that poem. But this poem, when it's actually been taught, I tutor a young boy who didn't understand the poem fully because his teacher hadn't really fully made him look at these historical figures that John Argard speaks of, Toussaint Overture, Nanny of the Maroons, Mary Seacole. He didn't know until I made him do a fact fire work on it. So today, I am praying for all the people that I know who work in the NHS, who are afraid, who have left their teenage children alone to fight. I am praying because when we think of Africa and we're criticizing our presidents and our country, most of them well qualified physicians, nurses, they work abroad. They're in other people's countries fighting. So when you want to criticize my president, Ghana, think about all the Ghanaian people, all the Ghanaian nurses, all the Ghanaian doctors in this country who are risking their lives. When you want to criticize Africa being poor, think about how Africa has enriched the West with our hard work. So today, I'm calling on you, each and every one of you, to clap. We clap. We are clapping for our people. I am clapping for every single person that I know who is at the forefront, who is afraid. I pray for you. May God give you the strength. May God give you the courage. And may God spare your life. So your history, that the children, generations after generations will know that we came and we fought. That we were not just useless people, but we were there. We acknowledge you today. Dr. Adil Al Tayer, I clap a million times for you and your family. I clap for you, for your descendants will know that you were the first minority surgeon who lost his life. And I clap for every single one of the NHS workers, whether you're a cleaner, whether you're white, whether you're black, we acknowledge you. Because we don't want history of omission. We acknowledge you, and I pray for you. I pray for you, whether you lose your life or whether you live. I pray for you that we appreciate your hard work. And so today, you see what this I've got on? I am in the richness of my culture as an Ashanti woman. I stand before you guys, and at the spirit of Yasantua, I am calling on all of you sisters. I am calling on all of you to rise up and pray for your sisters and pray for your brothers. Many women have come before us, and they have fought, and they have not been acknowledged for what they have done, because we have a history that likes to omit our struggle. We have a history that don't want to acknowledge our effort. And so today, I am clapping. I am clapping. I'm clapping for all of you. I am clapping. I am clapping. And we clap. We clap for every single one of you. Stay blessed and stay safe. And if you are out there risking your life because you want to go out, well, not only would our sisters and brothers are risking their lives, they won't even be acknowledging their history when it's written. So think about it. Think about it. Save lives and stay home. And stay safe and stay blessed.